God is good? All the time? Please join me in the pledge to the Bible. I pledge allegiance to the Bible, God's holy word. I will make it a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. I will hide its words in my heart that I might not sin against God. Join me in the pledge to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I want to wish Mrs. Blackshear a happy birthday today. I think it's Claire's birthday too, isn't it? Yeah, so the little birthday twins. All right, we're working through our things that make school a better place. One is leave it. Hustle. And the one we worked on yesterday, if you fall down. Well, it's Warrior Week, and yesterday we talked about two great warriors of the Bible. We talked about Daniel, and we talked about David. Today we're going to talk about a story, may or may not be true, a story of a great warrior who was a great Christian. His name is St. George. So if you've ever seen the English flag, if you're a English Premier Soccer fan, you've seen the English flag, and on there is a red cross. There's a red cross on there. And that is in a remembrance of this story of St. George. So I'm going to read a little bit about the story of St. George. So there was a city in North Africa that had this large, smelly pond. In that pond lived a great big dragon. And whenever the dragon breathed on a person or an animal, they died on the spot. So the people of that city, called Cyrene, to appease the dragon, would every day feed him their sheep. Well, eventually, what happened was they ran out of sheep. So the king of that city decreed that the names of all the citizens would be put on a card, on a piece of pottery, put into a pot, and every day they draw a name out, and that person would have to go get fed to the dragon. Then one day, his daughter, the princess, her name was drawn, that she was to be the next one to be sacrificed to the dragon. So a week went by, and she realized it was her fate, and she wasn't married. So she dressed up in her wedding gown, and she marched bravely to the dragon, and they tied her up to a tree. Well, along came a Roman soldier named St. George, and he saw this strange sight of this beautiful princess in a wedding dress tied to a tree. And he said, "What is going on?" And she told him the story. And he said, "If that really be the case, then let me slay the dragon." The citizens of the city warned him that nobody stood a fighting chance against this dragon. But George was determined to save the princess. So the dragon came out of the swampy waters like he always had, and he charged with his horse and flung his spear into a shoulder, seeing that there was a little crease in the scaly armor of the dragon. Well, the dragon let out a piercing shriek. It had wounded, but not fatally. And while it was writhing in pain, George drew his sword, cut the princess off, and then attacked and killed the dragon. Well, we love stories like that. St. George is a great warrior. It's a reminder that we all have dragons in our life. We all have these things in our life that we think are unbeatable, whether it is being afraid to take a test, having anxiety, maybe it's a problem that we have, maybe it's a friendship. It could be a lot of things that happen in our life. Big, scaly, mean, fire-breathing dragons that we don't want to mess with. We need the courage that God gives us, like St. George, to see these dragons for what they are, to see that we can face them square on, charge into battle with them, and then slay them and slay that dragon. So whatever dragon you're facing this week or in your life, you always want to, in the courage of the Lord, slay that dragon like a good warrior. So this week is a reminder that we are to be warriors to slay the dragons in our life. To help us, we're also singing our school song. If you've never sang the song before, there's a part in the song that we get to, and it says, "Fight, warriors, fight." So we'll sing that. We'll sing up to that point, and then like a good warrior, we will give a good warrior cheer, a fight, warriors, fight, and use a good singing voice for the rest of the song. So I'll invite Ms. Domajo up, and we'll sing our fight song.
Annapolis, dear, holy God, we don thine armor, sword and shield to thee. We shall love, honor, praise, and glory. We shall ever bring to thee. And through the years which lie ahead, our faith shall be the creed. Annapolis, Annapolis, our blue, red, and white shall shine forever through the years. Shall fight, warriors, fight. May we ever forward march to faith and loyalty, and to our alma mater, Annapolis Christian Academy.
So today we'll face down those dragons and use the sword of the word to slay those dragons, because warriors, let's try it again. Warriors, the Lord be with you.
You shall go out with joy and be led forth in peace. The mountains and the hills shall break forth before you. There'll be shouts of joy, and all the trees of the fields will clap their hands. And all the trees of the fields will clap their hands. The trees of the fields will clap their hands. The trees of the fields will clap their hands as you go out with joy. You shall go out with joy and be led forth in peace. The mountains and the
Teachers, we're going to do a quick